Hello guys, welcome to April Sharing. I'm April. I share what I've learned about life so you can gain values from them. If you're new to this channel, do subscribe to my channel for more sharing. Also, do check out my other videos if you're interested to learn more. Alright, so I came across this mad genius who is changing the world with rockets and electric cars. Throughout his lifetime, he has founded at least 8 companies. He is none other than Elon Musk. I decided to learn more about him, so I picked out this book called Elon Musk, How the Billionaire CEO of SpaceX and Tesla is Shaping Our Future. Today, I'm going to take you to get to know Elon Musk, the genius who has changed the world. Elon Musk is the CEO behind SpaceX, a private company that builds rockets, and Tesla, a company that makes electric cars. He is the real Iron Man of this world because of what he has accomplished. In fact, Robert Downey Jr., the cast of Tony Stark, modeled Iron Man after Elon. Everything that Elon has invented is centered around making humans' life better radically. So, where did this amazing guy come from? Well, let's dig a little deeper into Elon's family background because his family has played an important role in influencing him to become the person that he is today. Elon was born in Africa and he was born into an excellent family whose ancestors have done adventurous and excellent things over the years. He is one of the 2 sons to Elon Musk and May Musk. Elon Musk was an electromechanical engineer who handled large projects such as office buildings, retail complexes, residential subdivision, and an Air Force base. Elon has certainly got his intelligence from his father. Meanwhile, his mother, May, was and still is a model, and that is why Elon has, let's admit it, the good looks and charisma. After Elon and May split, Elon chose to live with his father along with his brother KIMBAL. There, he had a tough childhood with his father. He refuses to speak about his father, and he has often attributed his tough and driven characteristics to his tough childhood. When Elon was in primary and high school, he struggled a lot. He would get picked on and be bullied. During his free time, he would read a lot. Sometimes he could finish 2 books in a day when it's the weekend. He would also visit the bookstores to read after school. He read so much that he ran out of books to read in the school library and the local library. We are now talking about a guy who is so thirsty for knowledge. Elon also has a unique ability when it comes to thinking. When he was young, he would blank out and focus all of his attention into a single task. He could visualize things very well in his head, like an engineering drawing that is produced by a computer software. He is able to see things out and work out how things might change or behave interacting with other objects just in his head. He isn't able to do so that often now, as there are so many things demanding his attention. Still, he possesses a very unique ability that very few have. He had the intention to move to America because he believed that America was his calling to change the world. After he completed high school, he moved to Canada on his own for college. College was so much better for Elon. He really enjoyed it because he could finally find like-minded people who he could talk to about his big and crazy scientific ideas. After Elon graduated from his bachelor degree, he went on to pursue his master degree in Stanford University. But on the second day, he dropped out of uni to chase after his goal because of the boom of the internet. He founded his first company, Zip2, with his brother KIMBAL in 1995. It is a tech company that helps businesses to get online. As the business started to build up, More and more investors were coming in, and at some point, Elon was replaced by Rich Stocking as the CEO. Elon was very furious about that. In 1999, Compaq offered to acquire Zip2 with $307 million in cash. With the cash that he had from the acquisition, Elon left Compaq and went on to start another online business. He started this online bank called X.com to change the way banks operate. On the other hand, there was also another online payment system company called Continuity, founded by Peter Thiel, that was also building up. Both X.com and Continuity would then compete against each other fiercely, and eventually both would bleed greatly as they spent too much on advertising. In the end, both X.com and Continuity teamed up and merged to become what we know as PayPal today. The merger though had caused some internal conflicts. Elon wanted control of the company, so Peter decided to step down as CEO and let Elon become the CEO. However, when Elon was away for a business and a holiday trip with his girlfriend Justine, the board decided to kick Elon off as CEO and promote Peter as the CEO. Whoa, look what's going on there. Anyway, Elon would continue to serve as the advisor to PayPal. In July 2002, eBay offered to buy PayPal with $1.5 billion, and the sale left Elon with $250 million. After his experience with X.com and Zip2, Elon learned to remain controlled as the CEO for his future companies to stay true to his goals. At the end of 2001, Elon realized that he could do more for this world than just creating internet services. He began exploring the space industry when he came across Trans-Life mission, an experiment to see if mice could live on Mars. The result was that not only did the mice survive, the mice also reproduced. This made Elon believe that it is possible for humans to live on Mars, and he has since made it his calling to send humans to Mars and live there. Initially, Elon wanted to buy cheap rockets to start his mission, but he later found out that the rockets that are available in the market are too expensive to afford, in addition to the costly expense that it would take to send rockets up into space. That's when Elon decided to build his own rockets to bring the cost down significantly. He formed a team of engineers who are experts and talented in aerospace and began building rockets with the birth of his company called SpaceX, short for Space Exploration Technologies. They would buy and eventually build the materials and assemble the rockets themselves. It took SpaceX around 7 years to successfully launch its first rocket, Falcon 1, into the space on its 4th attempt. It certainly wasn't a smooth journey, and plans had to be pushed back to perfect the design. SpaceX has successfully become the first private company to build rockets to go to the space. The cool thing is, Elon has always wanted to build reusable rockets that will operate autonomously, which can go to Mars. At the same time when Elon Musk was building SpaceX, there's this guy called J.B. Straubel, a Stanford University master graduate and an expert in building electric cars. He went to Elon Musk to pitch about his idea on an electric car side project, and Elon was instantly hooked on it, as this is also what Elon had been thinking about, so he gave Straubel some funds to start the project. Meanwhile, Martin EBERHARD and Mark Tarpenning formed Tesla, an electric car making company, as an alternative to oil and gas. Martin began building a technical model of an electric car on a spreadsheet, where he would tweak around with different settings to see how the car would perform. He found out that the technology favored a lighter weight, higher-end sport car, and that is why Tesla's first car, the Roadster, was shaped and built to be a sport car. So, they went to Elon Musk for funding, and before you know it, Tesla was led by Martin, Mark, Elon, and Straubel, with Martin as the CEO. Building an electric car was not simple. In 2008, Tesla was facing financial crisis as the company was burning money building the Roadster. At some point, Elon was on the verge of bankruptcy with SpaceX and Tesla. But fortunately, the successful launching of Falcon 1 earned SpaceX some funding from the government, and Tesla weathered through the storm by taking loans. Elon then took over Tesla as the CEO and began growing Tesla. The Roadster was launched at first, followed by the Model S, Model 3, Model X, and Model Y, which spells sexy. In 2006, the Rice brothers, Peter and Lyndon Rice, founded SolarCity, which manufactures and installs solar panels and roofs in the US. They were helped by his cousin Elon, who helped started the company. In 2013, SolarCity became the leading solar panel installer in the US, and Elon had a significant stake in the company. SolarCity then became a subsidiary of Tesla in June 2016, which would help Elon in his mission to change the world. SpaceX, Tesla, and SolarCity have had tremendous success in the space, electric cars, and solar energy industry. This has to do with how Elon runs the companies. Elon will hire top and bright talent studying in top-notch universities and also engineers in their respective industries. He will interview them personally to make sure that they are the talents that he needs. Then they will work endlessly to build rockets and electric cars. If Elon finds out that there are people hindering the building progress in Tesla or SpaceX, he will fire them mercilessly. His principle is easy: get things done regardless of what comes in the way. Though he is cruel, his products work. He has successfully brought the building and transportation costs of rockets down by 10 times the usual cost. He has successfully revolutionized and modernized the technology in the space industry. On the other hand, electric cars are far better than gasoline cars, as electric cars have higher torque power, smoother pick-up, and are quieter. In fact, the revamped version of Roadster can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 9.9 seconds. Tesla also helps users to save on fuel by setting up free charging stations across the US. It also helps users to save on maintenance costs, as electric cars have fewer moving parts, hence requiring lower maintenance. What sets Tesla apart from its competitors is the software updates and the service that Tesla gets to boost the performance of the cars. The idea is, the buyers of Tesla never have to send their cars for checkups. SpaceX, Tesla, and SolarCity are able to bring the manufacturing costs down as they build everything in-house, like Tesla has built gigafactories to build battery packs. These three companies often complement each other and work together in the short term and long term. For example, Tesla makes battery packs that SolarCity can sell to end customers, while SolarCity supplies Tesla charging stations with solar panels to provide free charging for Tesla's buyers. On the other hand, Tesla and SpaceX will exchange knowledge with each other on materials, manufacturing techniques, and details of operating factories. And the result of the collaboration? The three companies are the leading players in their respective industries. In addition to that, Elon came out with Hyperloop in 2013, an underground transport that will take people from San Francisco to Los Angeles in 30 minutes. But he found out that the cost of digging underground tunnel was very expensive, so again, he took matters to his hand and started his boring company to make digging cheap. However, Elon was also a very weird man. On 28 April 2020, he made this statement in Tesla's Q1 2020 earnings call.
Extension of the shelter in place, or frankly I would call it forcibly imprisoning people in their homes, against all their constitutional rights. That's my opinion. Breaking people's freedoms in ways that are horrible and wrong. And not why people came to America or built this country. What the excuse me.
Yes, you heard him right. He just said that making people stay at home is a violation of humans' rights. Why would he say that? As mentioned earlier, he can be merciless when it comes to business. He can care less about his workers as long as he can keep the production going. He works hard and he expects everyone to do the same. I don't agree with him, but that's just how he is, right? After all, he has always had controversies around him throughout these few years. But still, I love this book because I have learned so much about Elon Musk. The author Ashlee has spent a lot of effort in writing this book, so you should definitely check it out. He has made understanding the scientific and technical terms of SpaceX and electric car easy, even though I have no background knowledge in building rockets or electric cars, so you don't have to worry about it being a tough read. This book has inspired me so much in the sense that nothing can stop you from reaching your goals as long as you work for it. I look up to Elon for his work, and he is said to be the living child of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates if they ever had a kid. Go check this out, guys, you will definitely love it. Also, in my video next week, I will be sharing with you the lessons that I have learned from Elon Musk, so stay tuned to it. That's all for my video this week. If you find what I shared useful, do like this video and share it out to your family and friends who can benefit from it as well. You are also welcome to comment to share your thoughts about Elon with me. I'll be very happy to hear from you. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye!